Siitä. Pistetään peli vähän kovemmalle. Pysy siinä. Eikö nää kuuluisi pelaa, kun on pimeä? Joo. Tiedätkö, kun joskus sen kämpän vaan saa pimeäksi. Vaikka ulkona paistaisi aurinko. Mä haluan kahvi. Lisää. Ja mulla on ihan tarpeeksi immersio siinä, että mä tuijotan ruutua. Katsotaan toi. Yes, yes. 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 Joo. Left kick. Left kick. To see clean text, okay? Yes, okay. Haluan kahvia. Koska se jo tippuu. Sit päästään. Belgäämään. Sitten on 100 vuotta aikaa, kun mä ostin tän ja mä oon vaan niinku odottanut sopivaa hetkeä että pelaamiseen. Nyt on niinku semmonen Cafe and Cocaine. Yes. Spooptober on täydellinen hetki. Mun mielestä. Pyydän anteeksi sitten näin heti etukäteen. Mahdollinen huutaminen. Että korvavaroitus. Jääköhän kerrasta koukku. Kiva tietää, pystyykö oikeasti yhdellä snortilla vetää 2 vuorokautta. Jaa. En tiedä, pystyykö. Mua ei nyt sinä kiinnosta, mutta onpas syvä laatikosto. Ihan vaan BTV. Mitä se näyttää siltä? No on toi nyt metrin verran syvä. No toisaalta sit taas. Toi olisi pari sänkyä. Joo. Patterikin on tommonen pieni piperys. Piu. Onpa syvä laatikossa. No niin. Se on. Se on. No kato nyt itekin. Sehän näyttää ihan hirmu. Syvältä. No niin. Schichten. Sitten aloitetaan. Rakkaudella Samu. Huomenta. No niin. Onpas tää sensitive tää. No niin. Sydän. Miksi on valokatkaisijat tolle? Voitteko kertoa? Siellä on ovi. Ai jää saatan. Että mikä oli? Selvä. Huikoma. Kovin täynnä oleva jääkaappi. Saisko tännekin valoa jostain? Halo? Ei sitten. Sun jääkaappi kuulostaa ihan pesukoneelta. Mitä helvetti? Tää vai? Fum. Patum. Meidän mökin pöytäliin. Oh god. Hei, mitä sille Crosshairelle tapahtui? No niin, mä ajattelin kans. Mikrossa on ydinvoimalla. Oh. Mä en näe mitään! Valot. Halo? Kuinka keittiön valot? Ei ole. Ah! So. Veitset on aina hyvä juttu. Oh god. Ehkä sittenkin ne valot pois. Hyvä kun menee lähemmäs, niin näkö vaan blurraantuu. Mikä juttu? Hassu. Tää on varmastikin vessa. Päivä. Kuka pitää suihkuverhon tolleen? Kaikki vaan sekas. Juu, se oli peli. Täältä ei nyt mistään niinku... Onks toi joku vesivahinko? Täältä ei nyt mistään oikein niinku... Solukos. Irtoo, että ollaanko me mies vai nainen. Olemme ehkä joku. Ihan kun se olisi niinku kaikkein relevantein tieto. Ollaanko me sää? Huomaaks te hyppäsin vaan sit selkänoja yli?
My dirty little secrets.
Read on to move on. Okei. Joo. The last human on Earth was sitting alone in a room. There came a knock on the door. Ei. Ei. I've never cared for keeping a diary, but now seems to be a good time to start keeping one. Why? Because after all these years, I just can't forget about what used to be the light of my life. I know, over dramatic much. Knowing Brian Colmer, as much as I did, is bound to leave that big chunk of residue. This is Brian. Let's just say this diary is what's left of our relationship. 3 years. No. 3 years have passed and the world around me is still the same. Well, except for me. I look like a mummified corpse. What would B say if he saw me again? B. Brian. B left Rosenpeak the moment he graduated high school to go to a fancy college of his dreams. Since then, I could only rely on my memories of him to keep on going. I wonder if it was the same for him too. When you love someone, his whole existence just gets etched into your brain. So no matter how much B changes, I will always know it's him. But will B do the same for me? I know B liked me a lot too, but he was not the most likely person to remember stuff. Considering how long 3 years felt for me, it's possible he did forget about me. Or am I giving him too little credit? So here comes the big question. Bob! Will he remember me? Joo. Halo? Oh, kynä. Joo. Who am I kidding? It's B we're talking about. We didn't have the most perfect relationship, but he won't just dump his memory of me down the toilet or something. He's too much of a nice guy for that. And don't forget cute. Brian. B on Brian. I just hope our time together was meaningful enough to him. Enough to make him cherish even the darkest ones. Speaking of cherishable memories, I wonder what happened to Joe's Diner. Miksi kaikki amerikkalaiset paikat on Joe's Diner? Used to be my favorite place. Naturally, because it was B's favorite place to begin with, duh. If there were 2 things that were too good for Rosenpeak, it would be Brian and Joe's Diner. Pobrore. Dang. Home of the best pancakes in the world, Brian Colmer. Okay. Yeah, see, things were so much easier back then. B would just go, hey, and I would be like, hey. And nothing but hanging out after that with some occasional visit to Colton Hill. We had such a good thing going. Mulla on tiettäkö semmonen kutina, kun me mennään tätä kirjaa vaan niinku eteenpäin, niin tää alkaa Will he remember... Will he remember my voice? Will he say hey to me again? Did time already ruin our moments? Halo? Mitä mä tein? Ei mun ollut tarkoitus... Halo? Noin. Halo? Löytsit luurin korvaa, joo. Halo? Älä läähätä mulle. Joo. Okei. Elisan myyjä. Niin? Vaan läähättää korvaa. Perus. I just wanted to say hello every time I called him. I called him. Mitä? But what I want to do and can do are two different things as always. Just enjoying B's presence on the other side of the phone was satisfying too in a way though. Ollaanko me niinku siis Brian? Ja me luetaan nyt jonkun päiväkirja, joka on ollut way too obsessed meihin. Hey! I imagined him eagerly waiting to hear something other than my breath.
Hi.
I wish I could sneak into people's minds. Look beyond their eyes just by staring. If I had that power, I would never stop looking through B's window. What the? Lopeta. Mistä tää tuli? Alo? Jesus Christ, tässä on lukemista. August 21, 2006. That as a debut outfit. I admire your confidence, Sam. And with that, my whole high school years were probably over. First day of new school and the new girl in town got classified as undesirable. Sam on siis niinku tyttö. Okay. By what seems to be the queen of Waywright Academy. I spent last night telling myself, confidence, Sam. Confidence. But looks like I should have spent that time picking better clothes. I try not to care too much about blending in, but these kids already look at me like I'm candy handed out by strangers. The package seems fine, but you know there's something fishy in there. Judging from their whispers, I could figure out they didn't know Waywright even accepted transfers. Jesus Christ, mikä närästys. It's been less than 24 hours since I moved to Rosen Peak, and I already enjoy sitting alone in my dorm room more than attempt socializing with people who call me a city girl. Shitty girl. Well, screw you too, hillbillies. Oikeeta. Taas täysin pysähtynyt päivä. Me kuule pelattiin sitten äsken StarCraftia. Ja nyt spupipeli. Besides, I decided not to force myself into making friends after how my old friends decided to turn me on. I just hope these guys leave me alone at least. Keeping a diary sure can help keep things together in all the chaos. I haven't kept a diary since kindergarten, but this seems like a good time to restart. Kudos to Mom for giving me the advice. Oh shoot, almost forgot calling her. Write you later, diary, my only true friend. Rakkaudella, Samu. Ah, se meni sinne. Okei. Siinä. Will B remember the moment he came into my life? Nää oli muuten erilainen toi. Joo, erilainen kirjoitustyyli. On. Mentsi. I'm here for the spoops. You came to the right place. Mä ainakin toivon niin. Will be remembered. For me, it is as clear as the moment he left. Nyt juodaan kännit. Sä menet huomenna töihin. So clear that the downfall of our relationship still cuts deep into my heart. Stranger. Friend. Special someone. Blats! Yeah, life in Rosenpeak was a jar filled with bittersweet candies. Not exactly tasteful, but I learned to enjoy it. Tosiaan, siis tämän kirjan on kirjoittanut eri tyyppi kuin noin. Ton lapun tuolla ylhäällä. Nevertheless, you're an outsider. It's where my heart lies. Se oli äsken isolla lies. Iso lies. Wrote a poem in B's memory. Toivottavasti se kuollut. He used to struggle with Miss Leslie's poetry practices, even if he didn't have to try that hard. On suklaata, on media, on ready. Nice. Mulla on kahvi ja närästys. Mä olen ready. My body is ready. Even if he didn't have to try that hard, Miss Leslie always told us poetry is not about using fancy words. Let your feelings do all the work. Well, this is how I feel. Anteeksi. Mitä te teet? Mamma pelaa nyt pelottavaa peliä. Ei saa tehdä tommosia juttuja, okei? Okay? Kito. Tää on vissiin vähän molempia. I stand at his doorstep, heart filled with desire. He rushes down the stairs, heart red like fire. But before his spirit can soar, first he must answer the door. En nyt haluais olla tunnelman pilaaja. Hei, come on! Knock knock. Mun pitää mennä avaa ovi. Okei. Okei, mennään. Älä vaan, älä kato sinne, idi. Ei näy mitään. Halo? En mä nähnyt mitään. Okei, ei sitten. Mä yritin. Kuka on piirtänyt mun kirjaa? August 22. 2006. Stacy is a classic. FYI, she's the one who talked crap about my favorite vintage shirt. It's like she jumped straight out of a cheesy teen drama. Blonde, hot, always talking, and a cheerleader. She even has a beefy jock for a boyfriend. I didn't want to start talking shit about someone already, but how could I resist? Every time I get in Stacy's view triggered an obvious backbite. I'm seriously starting to think she's under a curse that kills her if she stopped talking about someone else.
I'm Daisy. I'm greedy.
Sadly, coping with her bitchiness wasn't the hardest part of the day. Mom called again. As far as she knows, it's just rainbows and butterflies here in Rosen Peak. I can still remember the complicated face she made when I told her that my application was accepted by Wainwright. None of us were expecting them to approve a transfer request of a 11th grader? Okay. Even if she told me she understands my need to move out of the city, I really feel guilty for leaving her alone. You already used up your last runaway chance, Sam. Get yourself together. It's not for you, for Mom. Okay. Selvä. Hei. No hei. Other Wainwright kids were so predictable. Their doors were already open, but even before I put my hand on the knob. But B's door was closed shut and so beautifully painted. Everyone liked him but couldn't get him to open up. Okay. I knew there was something more behind that pretty paint. Something behind his bright smile. Lopettakaa. But on the other hand, being able to hang out with him was a good enough blessing for me. Enough to make me want to never leave his side. Never. Ever. Okay. Okay. No. No. Siinä on käsi. Se on mun takana. Ei vittu, se on mun takana. Moi. Moi. Voi vittu. Tää on taas lappunen. August 24, 2006. Oh. It's about to get real. My first Rosen Peak weekend. Woo! As the name itself gives away, the small town fits perfectly as a setting for a mystery horror genre. Lush forest, endless hills, and a lake that I'm certain is hiding a couple of dead bodies. Nice. I could pay a visit one day and take some gorgeous shots. As for now, I'm just gonna leave those POI on my to-do list, which is already filled with crazy amounts of homework. I now know why youngsters of Wayrite will try their best to get as far away from school as possible after class, to escape from choking on the pressure that teachers give them. Even on weekdays, pretty girls like Stacy will have their boyfriends give them a ride, and others make use of the power of public transportation to get to the more crowded part of town. It does feel too quiet with no one left in school, but at least I don't feel as lonely as I was in San Diego. At least I don't have to watch anyone I know turn their faces away like I'm some kind of a demon spawn. At least I don't have to be reminded how fucked up things can be in a single moment. Moving on won't be easy, but as long as I keep myself busy, it won't be that hard. As for my weekend plan, I'll just improvise in the morning. Write you later. Love, Sam. Okay. B was always pushing his limits. Get your dead bodies here, dead bodies! Well, it was more like he was always being pushed, but he was good at it. That's why he naturally became the best quarterback of the team while maintaining a high grade for a star player. B was the best quarterback Wayrite could ask for. Seeing him running all sweaty on the field always triggered something tingly within me. Oh god. Something that made me want to catch him behind his back and never let go. Asja B. Sam? Brian. Oh god, Sam, mitä sulle tapahtui? All sorts of feelings and thoughts were pumped restlessly into my brain with every heartbeat. It gave me a bad headache. A good kind of a bad headache. I wanted it to stop. I wanted it to never stop, okay? But as soon as B gave me that hey, all those headaches were washed away. It used to be the best prescription I could ask for. Take away the pain and let only the good things stay. Hey. Hi. Oh. Yes, how about a no? Aika manly, love. Mutta toi Sam on tyttö. Hei. No se, hala. Oh, kato. August 31. For boarding school, Wayrite intellectuals are not that interested in becoming intelligent. I visited the library today and two things surprised me. One, the place was much bigger than the one in my old school. Someone could get lost in here. Two, I had a strong feeling that people rarely visit the library, maybe 'cause they feared being lost in there. The place was too clean. Even the books showed little sign of human touch. Now I feel sorry for complaining about Miss Lasley's book assignment. I wonder if Stacy is even thinking of picking a book, with her admiring her boyfriend Kyle's tattoo all day. I doubt she has spare time to do that, okay? Eli Stacy, poikaystävän Kyle. Is she depending on Kyle to do the reading for her? Seriously? Did I just assume gender? Damn. You sure did. According to what I saw so far, he's either busy reacting to whatever's coming out of Stacy's mouth or working up some shenanigans with his jock body. Brian, was it? So, yeah, right. Nokkon Mango del Sol. Mä en tykännyt siitä. In the meantime, I should be more concerned about myself than the well-being of the whole school. Paha, ei jatkon. Jep.
We're too cool for books, yay!
Open those eyes. No need for words. The sweetest love songs those eyes utters. So turn around and sing for me. Ei vittu. Mä haluan vaan kääntää sivu, okei? Okay? Ei vittu! Tuo nakutuskin on tarpeeksi paha. Okei, se lopetti. Moi! Hei, miten toi punainen heijastuu tuohon lattiaan? Halo? Miksi mulla on keppi? Mä voin lyödä jotain. Ah! Häiskahtaa jumpscare. What the? I visited September 4, 2006. I visited the library again, a bit more people than before, and among them was Brian. It's not worth a bother, but seeing a major skank's boyfriend's bud wandering around in a library is uncanny by anyone's standards. He must have been there to pick the book for Miss Leslie's assignment. I almost got too close to him trying to see what he was going to pick. I really hope he didn't notice that. I'd rather be known as a regular geek than a creepy one. Oh god. A jock in a library? Now I've seen everything. Woe is me. I hate to admit, but seeing Brian at the library was today's only diary-worthy event. Probably 'cause it's the only human interaction that didn't give me the sensation of someone talking behind my back. At least today's entry is a tad more meaningful than what I wrote yesterday. I need to revise my book options now. Write you later. Love, Sam. La 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 la. I miss him, even when I'm with him.
Welcome.
Hei, soikkeli, kiitoksia. Kiitoksia raidista. Tervetuloa. Hello, hello. Hei! Tervetuloa tämmösen lukemispelin parin. He. Aina unohtuu. Pistä autohosti. Helpompaa. Ei tarvi muistaa mitään. Oh, mulla on kahvi. Yes. I see him, even when he is not looking. Toi sängyn alta toi kuva. Okei. Okay. Mun pitää siis... Kuka vei se kepin? Mun keppi! Aha. Kuka laittoi valot päälle? Kiva. Mulla on keppi ja mä en pelkää käyttää tätä. Mikä juttu? Shit. Juu, älä vaan kato sinne. Hyvä. Just noin. Lappu. September 7, 2006. It was Mr. Kane's 9th psychology class, and he still managed to come up with another lame activity. This time he gave each of us a sheet and made us write down some of our own personal traits. For the next 10 cringy minutes, I managed to squeeze out some of the aspects of myself. Ai vähän syötävää keittiöstä. Joo, aivan. Mullakin alkaisi olla vähän nälkä. Some of the aspects of myself that I could hate less. After that, Mr. Kane told us to think about whether or not others would agree to each of them. I called it re-engaging the perspective toward oneself. He called it, re-engaging the perspective, blah, blah, blah. Wow. Like I really needed to re-evaluate my stupid self. But it's not the dumb subconscious exercise that's bugging me right now. When the papers were being passed around, Brian, yep, him again, kinda, smiled at me. It's 11 p.m. now. Why am I writing about this? It's most likely an accidental glance, but I still don't know why the very image hovered in my head for the rest of the class. Okay, the rest of the day. Stupid brain props wanted an excuse for screwing up today's math test. Get out of my brain! Jeesus, se lensi sieltä. Mun keppi hävisi. My keppi. As the time we spent together grew longer, one question kept on growing with it. What does the me in B's eyes look like? Does he see me as I see him? Does he see me as I see myself? Does he see me as I want him to? I screamed in agony, but there was nobody to even hear it. Will others think that I... Pitääks mun nyt vastaa niinku... omiin juttuihin vai pitääks mun nyt vastaa niinku tän... hahmon mukaan? Ajattelevatko muut, että... Farsi, jep. Ajattelevatko muut, että minä en yliajattele? Mut kun mä yliajattelen. No. Would never lie to my friends. En mä halua valehdella kavereille. Mutta ajatteleeko muut niin? Toivon, että tää peli ei ole sellainen venytetään huvin vuoksi, ettei ole liian lyhyt. Tällaista on tosi jees, kun ei ole liian pitkä. Mun mielestä tää ei kovin pitkä tainnut olla. En oo kyllä nyt 100 varma, mutta näin mä niinku ymmärsin, että tää ei olisi kauhean pitkä. En minä tiedä, mitä mä vastaan näihin. Never use others for my personal gains. En minä tiedä, mitä muut ajattelee musta. Won't betray anyone close to me. Never act on impulse. No. Don't run away from my responsibilities. Will others think that I am a fucking freak? Älkää ajatelko musta, että mä olen friikki. September 11. 2006. I was returning some of the books I checked out when he came out of nowhere. Hey, anything worth reading? I never thought the voice was aimed at me, but my heart was somehow already skipping a beat. Brian had to tap me on the shoulder to get my complete attention. Sam, right? I saw you going in and out of the library, he said with battery voice. Mikä on voinen ääni? Sam, right? Okay. Kasku ei siirappisella äänellä. It's not like I've been stalking you or anything. I come here from time to time to get the stupid assignment out of the way so I can focus on my games. He said he couldn't find anything interesting to read, and since all he could think of were comics, he could use some guidance. My mind was still jumbled up from the ambush. All I remember saying is, how about Misery? Stephen King's works are good enough to get you started. 'Cause boys like any story with blood and breaking bones, right? Oh god. I don't recall how the rest of the conversation went, but I'm certain he said see you later at some point, and I said yeah, see ya. Misery. Real nice, Sam. If Brian didn't know you were a weirdo, he does now. On jo nyt sekaisin juonnesta. Ei tässä oikein ole vielä juonta. Siis me luetaan kirjaa, mikä kertoo jonkun tyypin ihastuksesta B-hen. Tässä ainakin niin kuin on ollut sydämiä, missä on S ja B, eli... Ja sitten on täällä näitä Samin juttuja. Niin jotenkin niinku tuntuu siltä, että Sam on ollut ihan normaali tyttö ja sit se on vähän niinku yli-ihastunut tuohon Brianin. Tai jotain. What I did for B. All of them. Because I loved him. Why couldn't he just understand? Others were nothing but poison. I was the only one who truly cared. But B didn't even appreciate the things I've done for him. Okay. I never wanted a drama. I wanted a poem-ish life. A tender, subtle love story written only for his eyes. It's totally fine if no one else gets it, as long as B does. B was always welcome in my world. I gave him the key to it. Even if he lost it, he could always come back to our world to find it. And I think it's a good time to come back now, B. Let's go back to our small world, where I placed my heart at everywhere you loved. Let's go back. Tykkäs Joe's Dinerista. Halo? Okei. Oh. Okei. Cool. Cool. Avain. Olisiko se siihen laatikko? Jop. September 16. Turns out the lake does have a history of having a dead body in it. I know this because I visited there. I visited there because Brian took me there. What? It all happened so fast, I was outside the yard reading when Brian appeared out of nowhere. Again. He said, "Hey," and started telling me how he actually enjoyed the book and how he never read the same book twice in his life. And since he was heading out, he offered me to give me a tour of the town. 10 minutes later, we were passing Joe's Diner, home of the world-famous pancakes, says Brian. There was also an arcade across the diner. Brian hates the place because it's teeming with 10-year-olds. The donut shop was Brian's must-go-to place too. Unlike the music store, which according to him seriously needs to restock. I found my own POI. Point of interest. Yes, a bookstore. It was weird seeing a bookstore and a gym standing side by side though. At the end of the tour, I finally got to taste that sweet pancake Brian worshipped. Out the window, I could see the weird, gigantic hill that was also visible from my dorm room. Brian revealed that it's his secret base of some kind, since few people actually visit Colton Hill. He jokingly said he could take me there when I'm cool enough. After dinner, Brian dropped me off at the bus station and drove off to meet up with his friends. I was exhausted but hyped up beyond my beliefs. Beyond my limits. I can't sleep. How can I when the whole day just feels like a dream? Keep kynä. Eiku, keep kynä. Pala. Hey, Tikala! Oh. Oh. Diner? Yes. Donut shop? Ja. Halo? Hei, saaks me ton tuolta? Okay. I miss Morning Dew Bakery. Bee never shut up about its donuts. So tasty! They did taste sweet, just like Bee's heart. Each bite was another memory to savor. Oh god. But just like a donut, it had an expiration date. It turned cold and bitter. I miss its warmth. I miss its sweetness. I need to eat it up. Jääkaapista kuuluu joku ääni tai jostain täältä. Jep. Dank. Mikro? Oh. September 25. The golems just obliterated the hammerheads today. I now know why they say Brian and Kyle are more than buds. I would have called them an awesome duo, too, if only Kyle wasn't an assload of a douche. I mean, the guy has his name tattoo on his arm. Mitä? Oh! Häh? Oma nimi tatuoitu. Mitä? Call me old-fashioned, but I think he should go to a hospital and get that ego checked out, cause it must be swollen huge. Vanha työkaveri teki saman. Sukunimi hauekses. What the? What miksi? At least he leaves me alone other than giving me that creepy stare when I pass by. I understand how Stacy can keep hanging out with him, but Brian? They do say we sometimes become friends with those who are at the opposite ends. So maybe it's not such a weird thing. Se oli hieno, okei. Okay. Mullakin lukee Kigulissa täältä tulla Foxi. Oh, okei. Okay. Mahtuuko se siihen? Wow! Ei. Wow. For me, the real win was the photo I took of Brian. Watch out for Sam Holt, the rising teenage stalker. Bringing the Polaroid camera I bought years ago during my camera geek phase seems like a good idea now. I know I promised myself to stay away from people, stay away from the drama, but when I look at Brian, when he talks to me, it feels like maybe, just maybe, it's okay to have a little drama for myself. I'm not ready to define what this feeling is, but for now I'm going to label it as looking for a shoulder to cry on and just shove it under my bed, just like the pictures I took today. Voitko mennä kiinni? Kiitos. Whee! I hated every moment I was not with B. I was helpless. Every day I wanted to call him just so we could chat, but I was afraid of what Brian would think of it. It could even hurt his reputation. When I finally worked up the nerve to call, all I could do was listen to him say, "Hello." That was as far as our late-night phone call chit-chat could go. I hung up, wondering if he knew who was on the other end of the line. I remember the strong burning sensation that came every time I called him. That red, fiery sensation. Red. So fucking red. Red everywhere. Finish what you started. Mitä? Oh. Whoa! 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 Hold on a minute. Kevyet psykoosit. Oh. Halo? Halo? Ja? Ahaa. On töistä vähän stressaantunut. Juu. Vähän. Minä en tajua nyt yhtään tätä peliä. mun ikkunan takaa? Aha, no kiva. En näe! Olis kiva nähdä jotain. Ai. Halo? Halo? Näkispä jotain. Tänne. Kai. Sam, meet me at Colton Hill. I know where to... You know where to find me. What the... Okay. You know where to find me. Right. Oh, okay. Ooh, oh boy. September 28. Due date for Miss Leslie's book report is right around the corner and I'm still not finished. Only if I wasn't too disturbed. Normally I wouldn't bother reading a teen romance story, but for some reason I thought, hey, why not? The premise for Mingled itself is pretty generic. Generic? Yeah? Jenny has a huge crush on her childhood friend Michael, but she can't get Michael to think of her as more than just friends. She reaches a conclusion that it's because of all those girls around him. So she starts making a list of all the basic girls who also have a crush on Michael. What she's planning to do with the list is yet to be revealed. If I can finish reading the book by tomorrow, I'll be able to finish the report with enough time for a revise? P.S. I wonder how Brian's doing with his assignments. Why am I interested? Because he's been asking for my help with some of his works, and I gladly agreed to. Why would I do that? Because by helping Brian focus on his practices, so he can bring trophies to our beloved school, it's safe to say I'm part of a bigger cause. Not like I'm doing this for personal reasons. Right? Right. I wanted to read Brian like a book. Peep into his beautiful head. Fill it with desires I had to secretly incubate. You. Desires of whispering words like, don't leave me, don't go away, don't smile for others, okay? Please don't look away. Please don't look away, please. 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 Hyi saatana! Okay. Mitä sä et nyt tajuut tästä? Okei. Okei, eli mun pitää tuijottaa tota. I think. Ei, kun mä haluun kattoo tota! Ei! Ei! Kun mä haluun kattoo tota! No! En mä halua kattoo sitä! Halo? Mä en halua kääntyä. Mä en pääse tästä tuolista pois. Halo? Ah! Veikkaan, että Brian on hirttänyt itsensä sinne kukkulaan lätääseen joukkosekos siitä hyvästä. Ah. 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 Oktober 4, mun sydän. Stacy invited everyone to the late post victory party at her place this Friday. Weird that she told me this at the hallway herself. The sudden act of courtesy was enough to leave me frozen. But to think of it, a self-conscious beauty queen like Stacy would love showing off how tolerant she could be. I'd prefer celebrating quietly in my room, but since the party is practically being held for Brian, I thought it would be sort of rude of me not to be there. He was nothing but nice to me since I met him, so the least I could do is show up. Plus, I could probably witness the face Stacy makes when she sees I actually had the nerve to show up. Maybe. Just maybe I could even piss her off if I managed to strike a conversation with Brian. An Omega hanging out with an Alpha? Kyle would be busy comforting Stacy, fuming about how I mess up her ecosystem. No peer pressure, Sam. Just clean drinks and hopefully some casual talk with Brian. What could possibly go wrong? Heräsi äsken ja räpläsi puhelinta. Sitten kuuli jotain ääntä, että ei hitto, kuuluuko naapurista ei autoilijana kuuntelemassa. Olitkin sä, kun jäi striimin päälle. Niin, mikäpä menis pieleen. Like staring into closed eyes, I could never know if B knew. I was looking at him. Did he even know I was there? Maybe he knew but simply didn't care. The only thing looking back is my decaying sanity. I wanted to look away so much, but what's the point when the stench is still there? Stench. Ugh. Hei Tseera! Nyt mä tajun. Noniin! Okei, hyvä. Ei tarvinnut selittää ja sä tajusit. I started to think the only way to get B's attention was to throw myself off Colton Hill. How did I come so low? All I wanted was a chance to show how I feel about B without any noise getting in the way. I still could have had some peace with Brian, despite all the shit I had to deal with. Sä et liity tuohon storyin mitenkään. No kun mä en tiedä, musta tuntuu, että mä olen Brian. Brian was super likable. Everyone liked him, everything about him. They couldn't stop smiling when Brian started talking. The smiles they gave him made me want to puke. They smile as if their relationships with Brian mean much more than the one I have with B. And yet I was the only one left with a broken heart when he left Rosenbeek. Ooh. B was so determined about leaving that being a star player wasn't enough for him. B needed to be a fucking model student. Nothing says pick me to college admission like a spotless student record. Tuon diarin kirjoittaja tuli vissiin hulluksi, koska se oli joko sairaan mustasukkainen tai sitten se vainosi Briania. Joo, kyllä. Näin mä niinku ymmärtäisin. Se oli vaan niin umpirakastunut siihen. He can't just shake up my whole world and leave. Wow! Wow, 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 wow! Aivan runko! Wow, 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 wow! Tänne sieltä! Kiitos. Vittu sä riehut siellä? Oliks noin neuloja? No kyni. Ne näytti neuloilta. Mä katsoin ensin, että ne oli nauloja. Oli ne neuloja, noniin. Suicide suspected in death of missing teenager. Oh. Tamponi. The girl of 17. Mitä? Who was found dead at Colton Hill likely ended her own life, police says. Sam Holt. Ooh. A transfer student of Wainwright Academy had been reported missing for 6 days until Rosen Peak authorities discovered her body in the forest. Due to days of heavy rain, dun dun dun, around the time of her death, the investigation of Miss Holt's death faced a few challenges. However, the interviews with school faculty members and its students led to the possibility that she threw herself off the cliff of Colton Hill after months of rejection from her peers. She was rarely seen with others, says one of her former teachers. She was even publicly humiliated just before her disappearance. Oh, it must have been worked as the tipping point for her. Rosen Peak police says the fall did not kill Sam instantly. It is possible she gasped for air through her broken neck before dying. Oh god. Wainwright Academy now faces a suspicion of neglecting its students, led by the mother of... Okay. October 7. Oh man, everything's gone wrong. All my senses are screaming in pain. I don't even remember drinking any booze. The pain only escalated the moment Brian texted me, "Are you feeling okay?" No, I was not okay, and why is Brian asking me this? Did I do something to him? According to Brian, I went from being quiet to crazy happy and cute, his words, not mine, real quick. I was so close to being the center of the party that he had to bring me back to the dorm. Why can't I remember any of them? Congrats, Sam. You've reached a new low in life. Shit. Is this it? Is this how I die? I sincerely asked Brian if there was a good place to kill myself. He said maybe now is a good time to show you my secret hideout. Since I passed the test by showing him the whole school, a different me. Is he seriously going to take me to his Colton Hill hideout? Tomorrow, I'm going to the so-called most romantic place in Rosen Peak with Brian. There's something in my head that's keeping me awake. And it's not hangover. Ei saa koputtaa. Tässä on siis tyypillinen yhy, kuka ei rakasta maten. Joo. Tunteisiin. Mitä? Aha, no. En halua avaa. Olisi hirveän kiva, kun näissä peleissä olisi edes joku vähän erilainen teema. Mitä meinat? Jotenkin tosi loppuun kulutettu. Halo? Mikä se oli? Aika stereotypinen. Aha, missä mä olen? Taas täällä. Se seisoo joku. Eikö seisokin? Seisoo! Meinaa sitä, että kaikissa kauhupeleissä leffoissa on tää sama tyyli. Ehkä peleissä enemmän. Joo, kaikilla seiso. Käy tökkää se alas sieltä. Töks. Neula! Se olikin niin, että minut tökättiin alas. Helvetti. October 8. Oh my god! Oh my god! Brian actually took me to Colton Hill. The hideout Brian mentioned had a wonderful view of the small town. Ei minä kuolekin itse tämän perseestä. The whole place under the golden sunset. The best part of this spot was that it is quite hidden and unsafe. You could easily roll down the hill if you are careless or drunk, and no one could find you for days. How awesome is that? Okay, being drunk with that wonderful moment didn't cause any accident though. We sat there for less than an hour, but it felt like an eternity. I can't even remember what we talked about. I do remember saying how beautiful Rosen Peak is, and Brian being all meh about it. I guess you can get fed up with views like this too. Today's only regret is that I failed to bring the true essence of the hill's view back with me. There's a reason why I gave up photography as a hobby in the first place. At least the close-up shot of Brian was not half as bad. When I came back down from the hill, it became clear that my life just became a bit more messed up now. I know because I really want to talk to Brian again soon. Help me get to sleep quickly today, diary. Love, Sam. Oh, shit. Brian's secret hideout. A closed Colton Hill hiking route discovered by himself so he can hide from the world around him. Not a flashy place, but it had a great view. All of life's problems. Colton Hill, our sanctuary. Cool. I wished it could be our special place. Ours and ours only. Colton Hill is nothing but a rock pile of blood-soaked memories now. Why did he have to break my fucking heart? Was I just one of his many friends? Maybe that's it. That's why he wanted to leave even after I told him we won't be together anymore. He thought he was too good for Rosen Peak. And me. To him, I was just a background in his picture. Hello? Hello? Mr. Striimattu. You don't deserve a face. En näköjään.
Voi vaan laittaa tommosia viestejä niin, että mä pelähtyn.
Mut... Halo? Oh. Oktober 10. The book report was finished days ago, but... Psycho. Psycho. Hope you remember how to take a picture. Näköjään. Saisinko mä lukea ton lapun? I can't stop thinking about mingled. Mostly because my stupid brain thinks I'm sorta like the main character, Jenny. To summarize the rest of the book, Jenny goes on this jealousy-fueled sabotage rampage on every girl who has a crush on Michael. I know it sounds horrible without context, but it's actually kinda cute. Okay. She finally stands on top, but Michael finds out what she's done. He breaks Jenny's heart, saying he can't be sure of who she is anymore. Things work out in the end, but that's not why I sympathize with the dorky psycho girl. Brian is just like Michael. Popular? Has killer biceps? Okay. Busy hanging out with people. I can't see what he wants because of all the noise around him. I know he wants to go to college, but what about beyond the boring stuff? What kind of person does he like? What does he think about me? He told me about his mom, how she died of cancer last year. It must have been so hard trying to look okay in front of everyone who's depending on him. I sometimes feel like he can't see me because he's so busy trying to meet everyone's expectations. I know how those around us can be hurtful, and it's dangerous to rely on them so much. I just wish I can tell Brian one day that I'm here for him. Brian got what he wanted in the end. Susanne! He left Rosen Peak as soon as he was given the chance. As for me, I was left to suffocate in the hole of tainted memories until I drown in my own endless nightmare. Don't leave me. Okay. Every day, every night, I'm surrounded by whispers. Whispers that lie. Whispers that eat away my brain piece by piece. No matter how I try to... Oh God. I hear them again. Are you healthy? Are you in a healthy relationship? Take this quick survey to find out. Lapset, älkää kuunnelko Linkin Parkia. Mitä Kuunnelkaa Linkin Parkia. Okay. One must take as much as one gives. Obsession is a stronger form of love. No one can have what you can't. B never loved you. No. No. Because you are a selfish little shit. No. All your problems are caused by you. No. It's all your fault. Not my fault. Your survey results? Lies. Are you in denial? Are you regretting? Okay. Or maybe you forgot who you are. Hey, someone's calling. Ring ring. It's you. Okay. Hello? Hallo? Perusiltalehden kysely, kyllä. Kosmon parisuhde. Ai. Vauva.fi pelimuodossa. Mm? Perhana Lumikinkin täytyy mennä sinne kohta kirjoittele. Typeriä juttuja. It's getting worse. The fucking shithole town left a disgusting crack on my heart. Totta kai. Meet sinne kirjoittaa, kuinka sua ottaa päähän, kun sun aviomies jättää kakkaraidat vessanpönttöön. Kohta oma blogi, jota päivitetään striimissä. Ui vitsi! Todellakin. Sieltä voisi löytyä apua, no niin. And it's getting bigger and bigger. The voices I hear from the crack are getting louder. I see more and more eyes staring at me through the gap. Täälläkin Bloodborne. What us eyes? Mikä gappi? Alo? En ymmärrä. Don't get. I do not get. Essa. Ovi. Oh, well. Okay. What is this gap? Mä ei ymmärrä. Mä ei ymmärrä. Mä ei todellakaan ymmärrä. Miksei kukaan sanonut, että tuossa ollaan? October 13. Miss Leslie gave us an easy poetry assignment for once. She said it's okay to make a parody of the classics as long as we stick to the A, B, C, B pattern. Siinä on lappu. Kiitti, Metsi. Kiitti. So I took the liberty of letting my imagination go ABC berserk. Here is a slight taste of my early work. Roses are red, violets are blue. My life would have sucked if it wasn't for you. Aww. Call me Sam Spear. Or is it Holt Spear? I could have waited for Brian to ask for my help with homework again, but I decided to make the first move this time. And guess what? He said he can handle it alone. Called me paranoid, but I'm worried I might have hurt Brian's pride. That's what happens when Sam opens her idiot mouth or uses her idiot brain. P.S. I've decided to carry my diary in my bag. The doors in the girls' room are way too easy to open. Not as easy as Stacy, though, if you know what I mean. Or even saw one of the girls using a notepad to crack her door open. Okay. Besides, I have this weird hunch someone's been reading my diary. I've decided to not ignore this hunch. It's good. It's good. Nice. When I ran out of places to run, I had only one solution. Now my memories are scattered all over the dark. Now, I must look for them. Okay. Neula. Neuloja. Cool, cool. I indulge your gaze. I cherish your smile. Hello? Coward. What do you mean? Be my endless sunrays. Oh, hello. Keep me forever warm. Kiva. Ei yhtään talkkausta tai mitään. October 20. With Brian preparing for a rematch with the Hammerheads, I once again gladly gave him a hand with the non-important homework stuff. I must say the teachers here don't give their poor students a break just because a test is over. It's not like I'm burdened with helping out, but Brian is really trying hard to get good grades. From what I heard, he doesn't have much to worry about going to college since he's practically a local football star. Maybe his pushy police chief dad raised him to be an overachiever. It's funny how a model athlete like Brian got friends like Kyle who always find excuses to pull him out of school. It's unfair, really. As long as you are a sports star, you'll end up with the douches like him no matter how nice a person you are. I don't speak with Kyle much, but I don't need to talk to know what he's like. First of all, his girlfriend is freaking Stacy Lanings. The stare he gives me when I pass by is enough to creep me out for the whole day. He would be lucky if Stacy didn't come along and start yapping about how Brian is out of my league. She has Kyle to play with, so why would she even care? Like, ask your boyfriend out for a drive, jeez. Have a nice life with him so Brian can stay out of the poison he does not deserve. Huh. Mä en halua mennä voi vittu. Mennään sit katsomaan sinne niin. Saatana niin. Halo? Oh. Oh shit. Hyi? Hyi? Halo? Tripping balls. Lähpuu. Joo, okei. Ja siinä sitten. Kuka tänne on kirjoittanut? No haloo! Who is this? I wake up without waking up. Same rainy nights. My lifeless room, endless nightmare. Stop. Olisiko niin kierrä... Yo, what the fuck? Yo, what the fuck? Bitch. Juu. Siis Brian on tökännyt tän Samin alas sieltä, kun sillä meni hermot sen stalkkaamisen. Niin, totta. Totta. Kauna soitti ja pyski keittää kahvi. Juu, Kauna voi imeä mun munaa. Ei ku. Päivä. Nyt se trippaa, kun se kokee huonoa omatuntoa sit. Niin. Okei. Okay. What the fuck are you smiling at? Oh. Onko tää ainut peli tässä streamissa? Mä en tiedä vielä. Mitä vittu? Ah! Ah! Animal! 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 Ah! Okei. Tai sitten tää tosiaan on joku kolmas osapuoli, mikä oli ihastunut Samiin, mutta se ei lämmennyt sille, kun se kuolas Brianiin. Ja tää kilhi sen mustasukkaisuudesta. Oispa Pelle hermanneemat. Niin siis, meinaatko sä niinku sitä, joka on kirjoittanut sen kirjan, mitä me luetaan? Musta tuntuu, että se on niinku enemmän ihastunut Brianiin. Mene pois. Muualla. Mitä mun pitää tehdä? Kirjan todennäköisesti Samin päiväkirja, mikä tää on. En ymmärrä. Okay. This is for B. Don't pussy out. Push the shutter. Do it. Okay. Fucking trash. No? You belong here. Mitä mä sain? Spraypullo. Okay. Hey. Give me back my paper. My paper. Arvatkaa vaan, niin ovi meneekin. Joku ei mun sanan takana. No olipa tietysti. Okei, eli se pitää saada kokonaan piiloon. Selvä. Oho! Mitä helvetti täällä on tapahtunut? Okei. Okei. Halo? Mitä nää roskapussit? Oktober 23. There was a consulting session for Greenheart University student programs. They called it GUSP, lol, what the fuck, at the gym today. I've seen its posters all over the school since the day I arrived. I had nothing better to do, so I decided to give a visit and spent my precious after-school time reading brochures. And once again, just like at the library, I was surprised to see Brian there. He was at the early decision program booth. I wanted to talk to him, but instead I ran for my room, jumped to my bed. And out of nowhere, tears started to drop. I bet it was because of those stupid hearts. Yep, I saw those hearts again. Now they were on the gym walls too. Whoever drew them must be very insecure about the relationship. Insecure like me. Deep down, I know I want my own hearts on the walls too, but seeing Brian at the university booth felt like finally getting punched by reality. I have no idea what I'll be doing in a couple of years. I thought staying here at Rosen Peak. But with Brian preparing to leave, there's just no point to it. No Brian, no hearts on the wall. God, it's like my brain's creating a storm. I'm just gonna lie down for a bit. Hopefully I'll wake up next week. Toi on paras tunne toi. Hearts? What hearts? I have no idea what you're talking about. My life is nothing but a repetition of waking up with nothing to live for. Not even a false hope to look forward to this time. A long time ago, when I finally got to accept my feelings for Brian, I thought everything was going to change. But every day was still just like every day. He was still a school star. I was still his friend. When you live in Rosen Peak, people expect things to stay the same. If anything changed between us, it could ruin B and everything around him. Oliko tää Sam 17? Joo! Taisi olla. So that's how it went. Nothing changed when my whole world burned. I kept telling myself maybe. After graduation, I'll be able to express my feelings for him. I let the fire in my heart eat through my soul and body. I called myself a coward, but I chose to keep what little I had to enjoy. Eiks 16? Joku raja murikas, niin... No on se vähän niinku Suomessakin. Jenkeissä on 18. Onko se silloin laitonta, jos toinen oli 18 ja toinen alla? On. Mut mun mielestä se oli niin, että jos molemmat on 16 ja alle 18, niin sit se on ok. Wanna check my ID?
Nah.
Fuck it. FBI, open up! On niin hyvä. But I chose to keep what little I had to enjoy. I was a poor kid curled up in bed. Her. War? Do I really deserve that charity title? Am I really the victim of all of this? Ihan kun mä katsoisin tätä kirjaa jotenkin ylempää. Ihan kun mä en istuisi edes. Who is here to judge me anyway? It's all over. Everyone left me. So why do I have to feel like I'm being chased? Like someone's always watching me. Like someone's always trying to judge me. Entä jos tää kirjoittaja onkin Stacy? Täällä on tää... Nää. Oh. How did the invite go? She in or not? Oh, she's coming. Dorks like her can't say no to a party like this. Okay. Sweet. Time to give her the drama she wants so bad. What? Tulee mieleen Stephen Kingin Carrie. Entä jos tää onkin? November 2nd. I know I used half of this diary writing about Stacy being a bitch, but now she's just unstable. Toi on Stacy toki, kirjoittaja. Se oli Kailin kanssa, mutta se halusikin Brianin koko ajan. It wasn't even past the first class when I saw her arguing like crazy with Kyle. Heard her shouting something like, "I'm done doing shit for you," before storming away. Then she saw me. I was her next target. She strutted towards me and said, "This is all your fault. Why don't you go back to fucking San Diego?" Whoa, what did I do? She was off before I could even open my mouth. I turned to Kyle for answers, but he was gone too. Come to think of it, I rarely saw them hanging out recently, but I didn't know things were this intense. Brian's been acting weird too, though. He hasn't talked to me much recently. He even looks somewhat more upset than usual. I finally tried to ask him what was wrong, but he cut me short asking if I called him last night again. All I could give was a blank face until Brian said never mind and walked away. What was that about? What did he mean by again? Calling him in the middle of the night for no reason is something I've dreamed of, but that doesn't mean I actually did it. What the hell is going on? Huh. It's because of her. The moment she came into our lives, what little I had to enjoy started to crumble. Only bad changes happen in my life, no matter how hard I try to protect it. A city girl just asking to become an outsider. That was all she was to me. Voitaisko pitää nyt Spooktoberin aikana yksi leffailta porukka? Juu. Kyllä. Joku näppärä kau. Todellakin. Hell, that was all she was to everyone else. Even to B. COVID-21 ei todellakaan katsota sitä. Se ei ole missään määrin kauhua. Muuta kuin se, että se on niin paska. But then I saw them talking at the library. I couldn't see clearly, but I could know it was from B's face. Joo, kyllä. He was making her smile. It was another smile taunting my feelings for B. No one would ever know what kind of emotions I was hit with at that moment. Whew. A change was happening, and I didn't like it at all. Stacy didn't like it either. Stacy ei ole kirjoittanut tätä. and she could never stand letting an easy social prey slip away from her. Naturally, Stacy took a peek into her diary one day. Ooh, she took pictures of some of the entries and sent them to me and her gang. She wanted everyone to join her twisted and childish game. Hello? Bummer. Was hoping to do nasty stuff to her drunk ass. Oh, still can't believe Brian had to take her away like that. Well, needy bitches like Sam do make some people feel sorry. She did mention something about her dad in her diary. Bet she has some nasty daddy issues too. Got an idea. How about we show everyone how needy a bitch can be? Sounds fun. But how? Leave it to me. Just keep reading her diary once in a while. Okay. We eat hammers for breakfast and drink their tears to wash them down. Go golems! Onpas aivan saatanan kuulta kello. Täytyykö sanoa, että tässä on ihan jees mysteeri? Niin, on kyllä. Aavistus osui vissiin oikein. Onkohan tää se, mikä mä... November 6. This is... what is... I don't even know how to describe what happened this morning. This is fucked up. My hands are shaking again. It started when I opened my locker and something poured out. For a few seconds my brain was cut off from whatever was happening. When I finally looked down, there were dozens of pictures scattered on the hallway floor. All of them were pictures of Brian with gibberish written on them. The whole school was at the hall. They looked at the pictures, then at me, and then at the pictures. Brian was there too. The face he gave me. The face of disgust. He turned away and left. He didn't even say anything. I tried to chase him, say something. Anything to him. But the floor started spinning and people started whispering. Like they knew what was going on. The air soon began to choke my throat. I swept what was on the floor and ran off to class. Of course, Stacy must have something to do with this. I looked for her, but she was nowhere to be found. The rest of the day was about nothing but avoiding eye contact with anyone. I can't sleep. Brian's not answering any of my texts. There's no one to talk to.
But the diary!
The diary had no special meaning to me, not until I read about how Brian took that cunt of a fucking tour. Cunt on a fucking tour of the town. He had no interest in girls whatsoever, and suddenly now he's hanging out with an outsider. Onko tää yhden ihmisen tekemä peli? Mä en itse asiassa tiedä. Täytyypi katsoa. That moment I got tired of doing nothing. I knew I had to do something, so I gave Stacy an idea. It was going to be easy. Spike her drink, get her wasted, and humiliate the shit out of the city girl in front of everyone. Only then she would know her place. It could have been so simple. Only if B didn't get in the way. B kept saying nothing was going on between them.
Lies.
But I wasn't about to believe everything was just rainbows and butterflies.
How could you?
In my eyes, Sam was using Brian to fill her sad, empty life. I couldn't let that happen. She wanted drama. She didn't deserve. She doesn't deserve shit. She doesn't get to barge in and start stealing the life I've only dreamt of. Stacy kept doing what she does best, digging into others' secrets. She sent pictures of the little shit's diary pages to me. That's how I found out about their little trip to Colton Hill. It was our hideout since first year of high school, and her presence turned it into fucking nothing. How could B do this to us? The only way to break them apart was to show Brian what a creep she was. I kept reading the disgusting words she wrote on her diary.
Bleh.
At the same time, I felt something, a reminder of how I felt when I fell for B. How it felt so right and so terribly wrong. Screaming into my pillow never helped with making the feelings go away. Did you find the diary yet? Babe, I think you're taking this too serious. Babe? Babe? Onks tää Kyle? Did you find it or not? I think she knows I'm sneaking into her room. I can't find it anywhere. Babe, don't you think you're too obsessed with breaking them up? You giving up now? Forget it. Please, babe. Maybe Brian doesn't even like the girl. I said forget it. November 7. The school counselor called me today. Mr. Ferns asked me if the rumors were true. Rumors that I've been leaving heart drawings all over school. Rumors that I've been stalking Brian. At this point, the whole school must be out of its mind. I didn't even know the letters in the fucking heart spelled S and B. And what, just because the initials are S and B, suddenly every name that starts with them are either Sam or Brian? And guess what? Even crazier words are on the streets. Sam Holt, the daughter of a child molester, craves forbidden love. How on earth did Stacy find out about Dad? Whew. Why would she do so much to fuck up my life? And where the fuck is she? Is she... You know what? I'm tired. I'm tired of waiting for Brian to listen to me. I'm tired of looking for words that describe this fucked up situation. I can't believe I have to go through this again so far from home. And so soon. Brian, please. Please say something. Ilmeisesti kun tää on Samiisa. Jep. Meillä on taulu täynnä. Then I remembered. She wrote something about her dad. It must have had something to do with her existence in my life. I started digging. It wasn't even a challenge. Keith Holt, arrested for sexually assaulting a teenager. It was beautiful. I found the perfect ending. All I had to do next was fill in the rest of the story. Oh my god, how could Sam Holt not kill herself? If my dad went on the news for touching teenage girls, that's bye-bye world for me, lol. Sam Holt calls Brian from a payphone in the middle of the night and silently listens to his voice. Man, still can't believe I go to school with a celebrity. That Sam girl's got some balls showing up to class when everyone's talking about her pervy dad. Mad respect. Sam Holt takes Brian's picture and keeps them hidden in her locker. You know you've seen everything when your classmate's dad touches teenagers. How did he even get married? Maybe Sam's mom is that creep's victim. Sam Holt draws hearts all over the school to let others know Brian is hers. A needy city girl with serious issues. She was just a disaster waiting to happen. No one, even Brian, would think otherwise. I made all the preparations while Stacy spread the rumors I created. It was never easy. I once almost got caught taking a picture of Brian using the restroom. But I kept going. Every picture I took was a love confession I could never make. Every heart I drew was my sacrifice for him. And in the end, I got what I wanted. When enough suspicion piled up on Sam, I stuffed all the pictures I took into her locker. It was a happy coincidence that Bea was there to see the spectacular unfold when it happened. It was over. Things were about to turn back to normal. And then, Stacy's drama-filled head exploded. Boof. Okay. Hide, coward. Fire! What the? Maybe you can run. Forever. What the? Pitäis nyt pysyä niinku... En mä... I don't know. Maybe you'll be able to live again. Ai saatana. Halo? Ykve. Olisiko tässä joku juoksunappula? Ykviä! Menetkö? Kiitos. Fars. Laitan tunnelmaksi vähän kynttilöitä ja ledivaloja. Oi. Finally move on. Lol, joke, you're gonna die. I'm done watching you get away with the shit you've done to me. Did you really think I wouldn't find out? That you've been using me to break Sam and Brian apart so you can have some fun with her? Well, I had my share of fun when I told Brian that what you've been doing. You should have seen the face he made when I got to the part of you drawing those retarded hearts all over school. Hope you enjoy your happy life now that there's no Brian to get in your way. Oh, by the way, I saw you staring at the college poster. What, did you like the girl in the poster too? Is it why you tore her face off? You need help, and don't bother calling me. Okay. Sori, mun on pakko lukea siis. Niin tää on Stacy. Tää täytyy olla Kyle. Please, man. Stacy got it all wrong. It's just a misunderstanding. I was just trying to prevent Sam from getting into your head. Please, B, don't do this. Text me back, please. The day Stacy told Brian was the last day he talked to me. He was so angry at me. He would never understand what I did for him. Typical. So fucking typical. Again, I was left alone to suffer. This time, someone had to pay for it. Ja? Ach so. Open up, police. Oh, kiitti. Saisinko mä jonkun... Täällä oli puukkoja. Minä haluaisin vain avata sen kaapin. Plum. Oh no. Minä pistän paperin palasin. Minä en pistänyt paperin palasin. Se oli se paperi. Mennään kaappiin. Ui. Ui. Welcome to the Narnia. Ei. Ei. Help. Someone help. Tätä Monsu niinku indikoi. Mä en oikein niinku tiedä. Siis sosiaalista ahdistusta. Musta jotenkin niinku tuntui, että kun siinä kirjassa mun mielestä jossain vaiheessa luki, että hän ei tykkää siitä, että ihmiset tai Brian hymyilee ihmisille. Tai että ihmiset hymyilee Brianille. Tai jotenkin päin. Ja kun eikö tällä monsterilla ole joku suu? Niin onkohan sillä jäänyt joku, en mä tiedä oikein. Mut there's a girl. Se laittoi sen lapun sinne kaappiin. Et Sam menee tonne. Waiting for Kyle? Kyle tappoi sen. Oikeesti. It's in her bag. Oh! Must get rid of it. Miksi Kyle oli mustis Brianista? Koska se rakasti sitä. Oliko Kyle siis homo? Ilmeisesti. Sam ei ollutkaan hullu, vaan Kyle. Jep. Ja siihen jossain luki, että jos ihmiset sais tietää heistä, niin Brianin ura olisi niinku Danzo. Koska eihän nyt kukaan urheilullinen nuori mies voisi olla homo. Halo? Minä tulin kaapista ulos! Ai, It was an accident. I never meant to kill her. Or maybe I did. Did I? But does it matter now? Did any of what I did matter? I left the team soon after what happened at Colton. After that, the school. From what I've heard, Brian easily got accepted to the university. Kiitti, meinas tulla kaljat nenästä. Onko tää nyt Kailin oma päiväkirja vai Samin? Tää on ilmeisesti Kailin. Ja sit noi laput, mitä ollaan luettu, niin ne on Samin. He left town right after graduation. The fact that he's a star athlete with notable school record worked like a charm. He's been growing the idea of leaving Rosen Peaks since his mom died. Living alone with his obnoxious dad didn't help much with being attached to his hometown. He never got to talk about it seriously. Brian didn't really want to. But every time he hinted about leaving, I tried so hard to ignore what it meant for me. Even those college posters all over the school were laughing at me. They were making fun of the impending doom. They were all saying, "Ha ha, see? You're gonna die alone here." That's why. Maybe I knew. I knew that Bea took an interest in Sam because she was just a clueless new girl who was lonely enough to do anything for any guy who was nice to her. Ei kun Samin isä. But jealousy is a strong creature. It quickly devoured my mind. Soon, anger took control of me. And I just needed someone to be mad at I needed someone to be mad at other than Brian. Even after he left me, anger stayed. It devoured me whole. And again, it's time to wake up. But wake up for what? To be greeted by the fact that I must start running around in circles again? That I must stick needles into my body so I can forget my past for a few fucking minutes? Woo! Sen takia ne neulat. It's just like that story Miss Lasley once told us about. The shortest horror story in the world. The last man on Earth heard a knock on the door. I'm alone in my room. I'm alone in this world. There's someone knocking on the door. I don't know who it is, but I keep the door locked. No one comes in, no one goes out. Sun englannin luku on tosi kiva kuunnella. Kiitos. Mun pitäis lukea enemmän. Se oli narkki. Joo, ilmeisesti se niinku alkoi käyttää kamaa sitten niinku sen jutun jälkeen tai jotain. I'm so tired. I just want it to end. Let's just wake up. Let's just open the door. I don't care who or what's waiting for me. Tiny man. But what about my diary? The one I've been keeping to remind myself how I am the victim of everything that's happened. I don't know what I would do without it. What will keep me from going insane? So here comes the big question. Taas vaihteeksi. Should I keep it? Eiks tässä kohtaa olisi parempi vaan päästää irti? No, it's time to admit. I've been keeping a memory of lies. I'm the only one to blame for the shit I had to deal with. It's about time I burned it. But what after that? I could open the door out of here, face whatever's waiting for me. Or I could just stay with the fire and let go. Whatever the choice, it's time to say goodbye. Mutta kun... Oho! Did we die it? I was finally awake. My head was aching from the desperate pumping of my heart. My burning lungs sucked in air for what felt like an eternity, but I knew nothing was over. I needed to get what's coming to me. I told the police everything that happened 3 years ago. It won't fix what I've done, but at least I finally got the closure I deserve. I know it doesn't mean anything now, but goodbye, B. Wow. Kiitos kun teit pelin. Olipas tämä hyvä peli. Ja kuka oli alussa? Onko tämä päivän aika? Olipas se hyvä. Olipas se hyvä.